Well, good evening, world. I'm back again. Those of you who don't know me, some people call me poet, some people call me prophet. My presentation name is not for sale, because you give God gave this man, you can't put a price on them. Take all them names, throw them away. They don't mean anything. The only name I want you to know on this platform is the characteristics of Jesus, the knowledge of the universe and God, and that's the names I want you to remember when I leave. Now, I take old things and I take all things and I transmute them in truth. And the scripture says you will know the truth, and it is the truth that will set you free. So tonight I was watching the Ten Commandments. And when you watch that movie, it's showing you some things. And you remember Moses, he was doing everything from an authentic heart, because he was actually doing God's will. But most people didn't see it. When Pharaoh's son told him, said, look, they took him off every pilot. His name was stricken from a record. And they sent him out, and they sat him next to the desert, and he had his staff. He said, and Pilate said, this is your scepter. And he told him, he says in the movie, he says, your subjects will be the scorpions. He said the snakes, the adders. And after he had told him these things, he sent them down through this wilderness. And in this wilderness, what happens is that God strips from every fleshly thing that's going on inside him. Okay? He had to be stripped. You can't put old wine in the new wineskins. And so this is what happens when God begins to elevate you. Now, he rides up on the other side where this sheik is there, and his daughters are drawing water, and these men come in. Well, before that happened, they asked her, what did you see over there? She said, a man. They said, a man? And they all ran over there and brought him up and started washing his feet. I mean, a man. And so these other guys come from the back trying to draw the well. And that's where his skills from Egypt kicked in, okay? Because he's moving in God frequency now. So he has subdued all them, and he took the women to his father to introduce him. And after he had been there for some time, the guy provided him with all of his daughters, which one he would choose. And so all the pretty ones and all the ones that was adorned in gold and brass and all that, shining from the outside, didn't have nothing on the inside, right? What happens is, how you guys doing, sister? How you doing?
I'm good. What happened?
I don't know. I'll move them out the way. But anyway.
Good?
Yeah, everything's fine. And so the elder sister, who was Zephyr, she said, our hands are not smooth, but they're rough. They're rough from work. They're honest hands. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is Moses winds up choosing her over the other ones, and the other ones went away to be sad. So I'm saying all that to say this. You understand what I'm saying? God has to put you through a purification. And when the devil can't attack your mind, he'll attack you. A lot of times let me put it this way, a lot of times you think it's the devil, but it's all God. See, God Moses was sent there to protect Egypt. But they thought, you understand, that they were in charge. And he really wasn't. So, Moses winds up getting thrown in prison and all of that stuff. And he winds up meeting this man that has power, and he sees it. The only way that man can see that power, he had to recognize the God element inside that man. So I'm saying all that to say this, when the scripture tells you when you're weak, that's when you're strong. Because there's two places in life that where man is the most vulnerable for it. That has to have somebody look over him. When he's born and when he dies. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm putting this message out there to let everybody know, some people are just not worthy. They're not worthy. They're not, they don't put the energy in anything. They take their energy and then invest it in really the opposition. You understand what I'm saying? Which is exposes who all the opposition is. That's why a lot of people, I don't have to follow them. All I have to do is watch who they frequent with. You understand what I'm saying? All I have to do is watch their movements. And I can see way down the street, and when you come up the street, before you get 20 feet ahead of me, I can tell what kind of energy you're walking in. So this is what God is trying to get us to. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to die in the valley, die down there. I'm not dying in the valley. If I pass, any type of way that I pass, I'm going to be in the frequency of God. I don't know about the rest of y'all, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm not compromising. When I was on my back in the hospital, you understand what I'm saying? I was always alone. You understand? I thought that was the devil. That was strategic too. Because God was trying to teach me how to hear his voice and hear his voice alone. But people could have showed up. Well, I showed up for them, but they didn't show up. You understand what I'm saying? So if they showed up, I probably would have made a wrong decision to tell them, I'm glad God didn't, allow that. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when you're in a lower frequency, you cannot possibly believe when God sends somebody to protect you, you cannot possibly believe that you can teach a being or a person that is operating in God frequency lesson, okay? The stuff that you got, I got years ago. I already got it. I'm already 20 steps ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? But I was sent to protect a lot of people. And what they did is they took their protection and they threw it away for low-level energy. I'm not bending down to be subject to any lower energy. You better come up here there. And looks like there's not that much time left on the clock. I can't tell you when the end coming because a lot of people get on the streets, they prophesy. Scripture says no man knows. And that ending can mean this, the ending of your life. The planet may still be here, you understand me? But ending of life as you know it. So if nobody told you they love you today, I do. So let these things be written, so let them be done.